Welcome to the Echo Sportscast.
I'm Paul McLean.
And I'm Dave Dale. We cover varsity sports, club, and recreation, starting with the NBA, Nipissing District Athletics. We've got a good show lined up.
Very excited to get to all the great sports action that happened, and we've got lots to cover, so let's get into it.
Kicking things off, I think one of the best video clips of the week was at the Trojan complex when it was a junior game between West Ferris and the new Chippewa team. I was up in the media room booth with the Mark Robertson. I was going to interview him and a few others. Bob Coles was there, and I ended up getting this great clip. It's like a parent-athlete's sort of dream. It's an excellent memory for a mother like that, for sure.
It's very cool also to be able to capture the excitement of it in real time, right? Like that's, those are the moments. That's why we drive all the ways that we do. We get up for practices in the morning. So yeah, that's really awesome.
I actually, because I always will, bring up, I watched my son pick up a fumble and go in for a touchdown once too, right?
Yeah.
So it's in a junior game, just like that,
yeah.
From the same sort of spot. So it was kind of giving me chills.
Great to see them using the West Ferris complex as well. I know O'Michelle is great for the Friday night lights, but I remember Mark talking about that, Robertson, that it was nice to have them back at the field. And again, it's amazing little bleacher setup, nice for Ferris to have a home game. Not the result I'm sure Chippewa wanted, but it's going to be a real rebuilding process, and it's nice to see another team back in the NDA.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the rest of the show is just as good, I think, almost. We have some other coach interviews. I have David Wieggers. He's the senior girls basketball coach for Scollard.
Yep.
His team just beat the Chippewa Raiders. We're going to get to that interview. We have another one of a Scollard junior boys volleyball coach.
Yep.
Sylvie Laperriere. We have that. We have Mark Robertson talking about getting beat by the Bears on his home turf.
Yep.
Right. And we have a couple other of the scores. And we're kind of trying to set up some of the scheduling for next Monday and Tuesday as well. Right?
Perfect.
And we're actually going to add a minute of coverage. Somehow, we record on Wednesdays.
Yep.
But there's games on Thursdays, and we can't always get to them. But there's two football games at O'Michelle. West Ferris is hosting Algonquin, so we're going to try to get the results in.
Right, because it's PD day on Friday.
It's PD day Friday, so we're going to come out a little bit later, coming out at noonish kind of thing. And then after that, we're going to be talking with Jacob Brown about baseball in the Bay.
Yeah, and that's going to be an amazing event as well this weekend for people to get out and come see just a wonderful wrap-up for the year, chance for kids just to have a fun day, raise some, valuable and needed food for the food bank, and there'll be some prizes, some exciting the banana ball game, the mix between softball and baseball. So yeah, down at the O&R field, Veterans Field, and Amelia Park, there's going to be lots of action for anybody looking to watch some baseball this weekend.
And we're going to kick that off. It's going to be our middle interview. The full interview will be found on our YouTube channel, so we'll give you 5 or so minutes of that. Then we're going to talk to you about the hockey showcase that was at Pete Palangio.
Yep.
I went up and got some video of the men's soccer team, the Lakers, when they were winning the game on Sunday against Ontario Tech. And you were at the basketball game on Friday.
Friday night, the women's basketball kicked off their exhibition season with a little showcase weekend. So Lambton College was up and Laurentian University came over. So on Friday night, the women's basketball team got off to an amazing start and had a 30-point win. And that's probably one of the larger victories that they've had in the program's history. And it was nice to see them really get off to a really strong start with Laurentian. And then they played the defending, finalists from last year's OCAA National Championships, Lambton College. And there's a connection to the team, and some of the girls are from that area as well. So that was a Sunday morning game to wrap up, and they a nice 85-35 win, so a 50-point spread. Again, playing an OCAA team, but the girls were firing on all cylinders. They got lots of people out, lots of minutes for everybody, and it was great to see.
Let's get back to the high school, and we're going to go to the interview with David Wieggers of Scollard Hall, senior girls basketball team.
We just beat Chippewa 46-31.
Looked like you had really strong defense here, and you're pressing most of the game, right?
Yeah, we like to pride ourselves this year. We've kind of given ourselves a bit of an identity as trying to be a fast break and pressure team. So we're still trying to work out the kinks a bit, trying to get the timing of being a fast break offense. It's tough with the baseball passes, trying to have them connect. But yeah, we like to put pressure on teams. We've got a pretty deep bench. We got a lot of skill on our bench too, not just our starters. So we got a lot of length. So we like to kind of put pressure on the opposing teams and try and get those turnovers, get quick scores, and then if we get rebounds on the defensive end, trying to push the pace, just trying to tire teams out, get their legs a little more gas come the fourth quarter, and then we can, if we need to dial it back, we'll dial it back. But yeah, like tonight, we weren't able to dial it back till probably halfway through the fourth quarter. So
well, yeah, Chippewa wasn't giving up. They're trying hard.
They were full measure for the game tonight, and I said to them after the game, I said, because we saw them this weekend in the Ferris tournament. And I said, well, if you thought you were walking in here tonight and, just going to have an easy one, like nobody's going to let you walk into their building and just take it from them. Like you have to, you're full measure to Chippewa tonight. They played hard. They played a full 32 minutes of basketball, and it was a good game.
Yeah, I like that interview. He covered off a lot of bases. Right before we talk about it, I just want to point out the top scorers for that Tuesday game where they won. Number 25, Carly Pop, scored 12, including going 4 for 8 at the free throw line. And number 13, Peyton Seabear, she scored 8, as did number 30, Emma Cullen. For the Chippewa side, number 20, Charlie Ringette, she scored 12, including 2 of 5 at the free throw line. I love the interviews with these coaches. They're much smarter and more articulate than I remember when I was a sports editor.
What I also see in it too is I can just see the almost franticness of trying to keep track of all the things that you're doing and everything to get ready. So I can really kind of relate to that too, where you've got all this stuff going through. You want to get it out. You want to talk about how great the kids are, how strong the team's been, and what you've got on tap. But yeah, you can really see that in that interview, but it's great to see it.
Well, the next one's even better, actually. Sylvie Laperriere, she's a coach for the junior boys volleyball team at Scollard, and she said she was a coach for 11 years, but isn't even a teacher there. She's one of these volunteers that makes the athletic programs, function.
Yeah, we wouldn't have what we have without the community coaches, so it's amazing to see.
And she is very articulate, too. Let's listen to her. We just came from a game against Chippewa's junior team. They're the defending champs?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's your team look this year?
Really excited. I actually coach a lot of the boys on my club team as well, so I'm excited to do this with them at their high school, and a lot of them are from last year, so we've been working on some stuff. So we're excited to be able to execute that now.
And how did it go against Chippewa with games, scores, and you finished strong, it looked like?
Yeah, in this game here, I tried to get everybody into the set just to get a feel, because they're one of the better teams in NDA right now, so we just want to start off as strong as possible and everybody trying to get into the court so that they could see what it's like to play against them.
What's the key to coaching kids at this age for junior high school?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I think it's just making relationships, building relationships with them so that they trust you and that they believe kind of what you're trying to sell to them, and kind of being able to respect kind of the things I'm helping them with and understanding how to play the game.
The quality of coaching is really standing out from the ones I've talked to so far.
Lots of, I guess, just more specialization and people going in. And actually, Sylvie kind of buried the lead there on talking about the club volleyball. She's actually the president of the association as well as a coach. So, again, that's somebody who's making things happen, and they've had a very strong program for years with lots of great teams and lots of participation. So it's really good and just great to see her knowledge and the passion that she brings to it. So.
Yeah, very calm, very confident, very good role model. Well, let's get back into football.
Okay.
And the Bears doubled up the Trojans on their home turf. And I was only there for the first half of the game. I got a little bit of B-roll. I got some clips of both teams scoring, but it was hot. It was hot that day.
Unbelievable weather we've had for September. So yeah, like you're not bundling up for football. That's a change. I don't think that's necessarily something a Canadian high school football has to worry too much about is the heat. That's more like playing in Texas.
Well, they had the sprinklers on for the Trojan side and 3 tents set up, and the Scollard side was just bare bones up against the sunlight, right?
Yeah.
So a little bit of Trojan scholastic hospitality.
The Miami Dolphins like to do that too. It put the visiting team on the one that gets the direct sun at a 1:00 game. So I guess that's maybe where they were taking a page out of that book.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we have Mark Robertson. He's explaining a little bit about the game and how it felt to have the Trojan complex pumping. What happened to your team? Did it go like you thought it would?
Well, we're obviously disappointed in the result, but I'll just backtrack a second, and I'm going to agree with you. It is awesome to see football back here at the complex. Fantastic crowd earlier today, and it is 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, and there's probably 300 people here watching high school football, so that's a big win for everybody involved. Yeah, just, little. I told the team afterwards, there was a handful of little things today that we didn't do well, and it came back and ultimately, in the end, hurt us, right? So, kudos to Scollard. They played better than us, no question about it, and deserved the win. But, yeah, a lot of positives to build on, right? So,
any highlights you can share? Any particular players came to play?
Well, I think we were down at the half. We gave up a thing that you never want to happen is giving up a score going into halftime, and we did that. A kid from Scollard made I don't know who it was. Great play, snatches the ball, gets a score. So we go in sort of obviously with all the momentum on the other side. We responded really well in the second half, and there was a couple offensively. Austin Rapatoni stepped up for us, made some big plays. Kenny Spencer, linebacker, he made a big play to turn around, got us the ball back, right? So, as a coach, you're always concerned about the character of your team, and I think we have character, so it's going to be good going forward.
Highlights of the Bears senior football team's win over the Trojans included quarterback Justin Marietti. He led the Bears offense, rushing for a pair of touchdowns and passing for another in the win. Liam Nels had the touchdown reception from Marietti as well. Austin Rapatoni and Carson Sagal provided the touchdowns from the Trojans. Bears are now 1-1. Trojans are 0-1. Evan Patterson led the junior Trojans with 3 touchdowns. They won 56-0, by the way. Gage campaign powered across for 2 more majors. We saw the clip of Eric Wright returning a pick-6, and quite the memory there. Yeah. And Ty Watkins and Carson Patterson added touchdowns for West Ferris. Should be a good football season for them.
Well, you can see it's going to be a lot of work for Chippewa, but they're there and they're going to put in the work. And in the senior, it looks like there's going to probably be some parity. Teams are going to get to see each other again. And you can tell, I think, from that interview with Mark that he's been keeping notes and he's going to be well prepared the next time they see them.
Last night we got a interview with Ryan Debian from the Algonquin senior football team that just beat the Trojans on the Omashil field. They beat them 40-8. Here's his interview. Just coming off the field, getting back from Omashil, big win against the Trojans. What was the score, and how did you end up manhandling them so well?
It was 40-8. I just stick to the game plan. We had a game plan in place, and the guys just executed. Again, a couple things we got to clean up there, but overall, we're very pleased with the offense and the defense. Week 1, we had a lot of time. We had a real hard time containing the quarterback. I think we did a little bit of a better job this week, but it's still something we have to clean up. Offensively, same thing. First couple of drives, we just came out flat. A couple of mistakes, penalties, and then we kind of got it going after that. So hopefully, we can put it together and play a full game, a full 60 minutes, and just keep going. Yeah.
Which players put it together?
Offensively, again, our quarterback threw another 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions. I haven't done the stats yet. I'll do that tonight, but no interceptions, threw four receiving touchdowns to 4 different receivers. So I mean, that's one thing we have this year we haven't had in the past, is we have a lot of depth this year. I think we had every receiver catch a pass today, right? That was in the game, so that's awesome.
What's the name of your quarterback, and how long has he been playing that position?
Dane Meyer, he's in grade 11, and he's been playing probably since 2020 if you count flag. That was COVID year. He started playing quarterback for the flag league in 2020, and he's played Bulldogs a couple of years, and he's been playing with us since he was in grade 9, so he's looking really good.
What's next for you guys on the schedule?
We play Scollard next Friday at 7 p.m. at Kundary, so it'll be a big game, battle for first.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to boil down to you guys again this year, from what I can tell.
It's hard to tell. I mean, Ferris they have such a great coaching staff, and they'll put it together. Like last year, same thing. It was close, and then the semis, it was we won the semis, I think 22-0, but it was an 8-0 game for most of the game, right? They're going to put it together. I don't think. To be honest, it's the team that keeps getting better that's going to win at the end of the year. This is great, and we just got to understand that we have to keep getting better. We can't be content with where we are. We have to keep getting better, because there are things that we can clean up, and we know that the other teams are going to get better, and so do we.
In other results on Thursday night, the Trojans junior football team beat the Barons 27-8. Number 23, Evan Patterson, scored 3 TDs. Number 6, Donovan Heinz Nibubong scored a TD and a 2-point conversion. For the Barons, Lucas Pinnell scored their lone TD, and Cam Laff did the 2-point conversion. In junior girls basketball, Algonquin beat Franco 32-18. Naomi Grant had 10 points, and so did Emerson Tunimi. Chloe Boucher got 8 points. In junior volleyball and senior volleyball, Franco beat Mattawa 3-2. So in other volleyball results on Tuesday, the Algonquin Junior Bears beat Franco Cite 3-2. Well, the Franco Cite seniors beat the Barons 3-2. We have some upcoming games on Monday, September 30th, senior girls basketball. These games are all at 5 o'clock. Algonquin's at West Ferris, Franco's at Northern, and Scollard's at FJ McGillett in Mattawa.
On Tuesday, October 1st, the Algonquin juniors are at West Ferris at 5 p.m. Mattawa seniors are at West Ferris at 6:30. The Scollard juniors are at Franco Cite at 5 p.m. and Chippewa is at Northern for 5 p.m.
In boys volleyball, on Monday, September 30th, we have Scollard at Mattawa at the Chambule, and juniors are at 5 and seniors are at 6:30.
And again, on Tuesday, October 1st in boys volleyball, Franco at the Scollard juniors at 5 with the seniors at 6:30. Mattawa at Chippewa and West Ferris at Algonquin, both are at 5.
Well, before we get into the Jacob Brown interview about baseball, a word from our sponsors.
This weekend, make your way to Casey's Restaurant in North Bay for an unforgettable get-together. Dive into our delicious appetizers and enjoy the best drafts in town. It's the perfect spot to unwind, catch up with friends, and savor great flavors. Don't miss out on the fun. Join us at Casey's for a weekend filled with good food, great drinks, and even better company.
Today we have Jacob Brown, and we're going to review what's going to happen this weekend for Baseball Day in North Bay. It's the third annual?
Third annual event, yeah.
Right. So what's going to happen tonight, Friday? This is when it's coming out, and then tell me what's going to happen Saturday.
Yeah, so it's our third annual event, as Dave alluded to, supporting the food bank. We've dubbed it Baseball Day in the Bay. This year we've actually have a little bit of growth. The North Bay Minor Girls Softball Association is jumping on board as well. So they're going to do their thing over at Amelia while we're doing our thing over at Veterans Field, starting with the T-ball action at 8 a.m., going all the way up to men's league action, capping the night off at 10 p.m. So hopefully we're going to reel in the donations and have a lot of fun on the baseball field.
That's a busy Saturday for sure.
It is, but it's fun. It honestly, this being our third go around, my first 2 experiences, the day just flies by. All the smiles on the kids' faces, and then knowing that you're doing great by your community, donating food that close to Thanksgiving as well. So it's really the days. It might be a 12, 14-hour day, but it goes by in a blink. So,
Paul, how are you involved?
Well, I got involved when, Jacob got started with it and our association with the NBBA, and just invited us to, that was an early addition, was bringing in our kids. And what we would do is just everybody can sign up right now at our website if they haven't signed up already, and we'll put together teams in each age group, and just by hour we'll play a fun game against each other. And it's one last sort of celebration of baseball before we would put everything away for the winter. This year's different because we'll be getting ready to train in the Dome, but this is going to be this is kind of how we cap the 2024 season. So it's really exciting, and we're just happy to be a part of it. And the store as well likes to. We put together some stuff for some of the seniors and sponsorship. It's a great community event, and people should come out and check it out.
So the men's fall ball, do they have 2 games Friday still?
Yeah, I might have to adjust that a little bit. I've been getting some blowback. The battalion have their season opener that night, or their home opener that night. So I think we might postpone that. But as of right now, that's the plan.
Well, that's how a community sort of works together there. If there's an overlap or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Adjustable. How is the fall ball going?
Good. We're a 4-team league. We have the Canadore Panthers that are in. They're really strong this year. The East Side Mario's team, pretty much the roster that we had from the summer. We have some new additions. Then the NBBA, they're mixed with some 15, 16-year-olds and then a few older individuals as well, and they've been competing respectively. And then the Lavrock team, they lost quite a bit of guys from the summer, but it's another opportunity to get more people into the league. So it's well-rounded so far, and we're in our second week of the season with 2 more games tonight on Wednesday night here.
Oh, okay. Well, Lavrock, they won the summer championship.
They won the summer championship, yeah, and that was a really good final. It was a 2-game sweep against DeSante, but I know you were there, and it was definitely not sweep-like baseball. It was really tight, and it was good. The final game there, Game 2, was a good pitching matchup between Kyle Kennedy and Tyrus Kukulik from Sudbury, and it was really good to watch.
Yeah, we had some video that we used in our inaugural show last week, and we had some fun with some of the calls that were a little bit controversial. I slowed them down to show, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I was talking to the umpires the other night and telling them another review's coming up, so they're great.
They love those. As long as they're on the right side of them, they love those.
Yeah.
Well, we tried to make sure we gave pretty good leeway for them. I don't need to be getting thrown out next year by anybody. So.
There you go.
Yeah, well, actually, Louis made one bad call, and I think explains another call, and I was joking with him about it, and he doesn't care. He makes the best call he can, right?
Yeah, 100%.
The best part about that was that the players on Lavrock didn't let the calls that went against them, even the one that scored the first run was a wrong call. They didn't let it get to them, and they persevered, and very mature baseball.
100%, and they just show their experience in that sense. And Asante is not really. I guess they are still young individuals, but they're not necessarily a young team. They've been in our league now since I believe 2019, 2020. So it's their 5th or 6th season, and they're starting to show some experience as well. And that's two really good baseball clubs. It was a fantastic final. And actually, we changed our trophy name this year, our championship trophy, to the Topley Family Championship as well, in honor of the Topley family. We had Damon back this summer playing. And then with Peter's passing within the last couple of years, we thought it was a good opportunity to honor that family and all their contributions to the game of baseball, both locally and throughout the province and really nationally, I guess, as well. So
yeah, no, it's pretty amazing to have that here, and Damon coming back, and was a big, kind of helping us get going, and all of your involvement with the summer camp that we had. It's fantastic having, just for us on the NBBA side, trying to bring some of the paperwork and organizational structure up to date, because that's been one of the things that maybe fell off over the years. It's amazing to see how much the Topley's names are around it and what they've contributed, and where we wouldn't be here without all the work that they did. So yeah, it's a really great thing that you guys are doing to change that to it and recognize that family, because it's really good.
Hi, I'm Natasha Laframboise, sales representative with the Laframboise team at Realty Executives Local Group Inc. Brokerage. We are a local real estate team here in North Bay. Our team of sales representatives, Matt Laframboise, Phil Seguin, and Adam Legros, are ready to help you through the buying and selling experience. We have been providing service to the North Bay and area community for over 17 years. Our goal is to provide knowledge, support, and guidance in order to prepare your home for sale, bring it to market using multiple selling strategies, and get it sold. As a home buyer, we have 2 buyer's agents ready to help you find your home sweet home. If you'd like to know more, check us out on our website, laframboiseteam.ca. We are always happy to help.
So also this past weekend, there was a hockey showcase put on by the North Bay Minor Hockey Association. So this was kind of not a tournament, but an opportunity for the A and AA teams between U10 and U14 to kind of hit the ice and play some games in town. We had teams visiting from Sudbury, Orillia, Timmins, New Liskeard. There were overall 22 teams in it. Every team got to play 3 to 4 games, and there's just some great action. It was really nice to see Palangio filled. They actually used some of Memorial Gardens as well, but a great opportunity and some great ice, great hockey.
Yeah, I dropped in there, and it was pumping hockey. I could smell it. Up on the hill, the Lakers homecoming had a lot of action going on up there. I showed up on Sunday, and I picked up a little bit of the soccer, just the men. They were beating Ontario Tech. It looked like they were doing very well. And then I found out later that the women's team's like 6-1.
Yeah, no, they're off to an amazing start, and they had a strong season as well. David Batani's got the girls firing on all cylinders, so it really, and it is. I mean, we've been up there with my daughter's team being the ball crew, and it is physical. Like, these girls are really going hard. So they've got a good team, and we'll see where they go. I know they fell a little short last year in the playoffs of where they wanted to be. So hopefully this is the year they can put themselves over the top.
Well, we had a really good interview with somebody involved with soccer that will be in our next showcase next Friday.
Yeah, Kiara Jeffries was kind enough to stop by today, and we talked all things Nipissing District Soccer, North Bay Junior Lakers girls hockey, and all of her involvement with the Nipissing Lakers and game day operations. So it's a great interview. You're going to want to see what Kiara has to say.
I was impressed with her.
Well, I've said this a lot to people. You'll hear people who like to slag on, kids these days, or, you can't find anything. And Kiara's a fine example of a young person involved. And I really think I'm fortunate enough at the store to have hired lots of young students. And I'm telling you, if you look and you find, there are people that are really going to blow you away with what they're capable of doing and how much they're willing to take on to make things better.
Well, at 25, she's so mature and accomplished and steady. It was very, very cool to be able to talk to somebody at that age who is working really hard at a lot of different things and seems to have developed that through sports.
Yeah. And we are very lucky in North Bay to have her doing all the work that she's put in. And, I think she's a great example for young kids that want to get involved. And again, we've talked about that on the program here about recognizing volunteers and all the people who coach and make things happen in sport in North Bay.
Well, I'm not going to go rehash the results from the Lakers on their homecoming weekend other than say that they got more sports coming.
Yes.
So for the men's soccer, their next home games, Saturday, September 28th, they're hosting Queens at 1. And then on the Sunday, September 29th, they're hosting RMC.
And then on Sunday as well, on the 29th, the women's soccer team will be hosting RMC and hoping to go to 7-1.
Men's Lakers hockey kicks off Friday, October 4th. They're hosting McGill in Memorial Gardens at 7 p.m. Saturday, October 5th, they got it tough up against Three Rivers at 4 p.m.
It's always hard for the men's hockey team playing against those Quebec programs. They have very strong, and they get to recruit very well out of the Quebec Major Junior League. So Mike McParland and the crew have a tough battle on their hands, but I know from talking to Mike, they're really happy with the way the team's looked in training camp.
Oh, cool. Well, it's gut check time anytime you're playing McGill and Three Rivers for sure. The women, they don't start till October 18th, October 19th. They have 2 games that weekend here in town, so just mark that on your calendars. They're going to play TMU, Toronto Metropolitan University, used to be Ryerson, and Windsor. I'm hoping they have another good season.
I think so. Again, in our interview with Kiara, she was talking about all the new bodies and stuff that are there and making room for them. But I know there were graduating girls last year who, meant a lot to the program. So it's going to be up to the girls that are here to pick up that torch and keep going. And that Darren Turcotte's going to get the girls firing on all cylinders too.
I did have one item that's outside of the normal sports, Action MMA. They had an event that was supposed to be at Canada October 5th. It got canceled, and they rescheduled to have a seminar this weekend, this Saturday, from 2 to 4, and it's Kyle the Monster Nelson. He's actually from Huntsville.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's in the UFC. Didn't fare well in his last fight, actually missed weight, so maybe he'll be teaching people how to make weight.
How to make weight.
I shouldn't do that with MMA guys. Well, we're trying to pick a fight with an MMA guy.
Yeah, I'm going to stick to saying nothing but nice things about the UFC guys.
Battalion-wise, tonight we have, they're hosting Peterborough Pizza at 7.
Yeah, and I'm not sure the numbers on it, but Peterborough is a pretty regular opening night. I remember their very first home game was actually against Peterborough too. So I know that Hooley and the coaching staff have got everybody ready to go and looking forward to a new season, replacing some players that have moved on, but I know they're going to have a great product on the ice.
And Voodoo's down in Powassan on Saturday. They're hosting French River at 7. And then on Tuesday, the 1st, they're hosting Blind River.
Busy schedule in the NOHA.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity on the ice coming up. It's starting.
Yeah, it is starting. We're fully in the mix, so it's crazy.
Well, speaking of hockey, let's have a heritage moment. We're actually going to have Maria Domenico's acceptance. That was this spring as well. And she definitely has moved the goalposts as far as hockey players go for women here in town.
And my little connection to that, when we first opened the store, her grandfather had one of the units besides Horse for Sports. We've since taken it over as they moved on over to a different space. But so, yeah, I can remember her grandfather buying sticks for her when she was in Adam, and just kind of great to see, again, homegrown talent reaching the level that she did last year, playing university hockey for the Canadian University Championship, I guess, for Team Canada. And just a phenomenal athlete and gives back as definitely see her on the ice coaching those young girls.
And this gives me a chance one more time to play the best highlight reel I ever have. Is I got a picture of, I got video of her crossing the blue line, tossing the puck in the air, and batting it down to get around a defender and scoring.
And that, I know exactly the goal you're talking about. It's incredible to see, and you can't even realize it in full time what she does. So you need to, when you see it slow down, it's just that skill, and that's hours and hours and hours of practice and working. She did a lot with Dan Celine and practicing those skills. And yeah, when you see her coach kids, it's amazing to see what she can do with a puck.
Well, Dan Celine's program and getting people to be able to use their feet with their eyes on the up is a game saver for a lot of players. It's good for their health to be able to keep their eyes up.
Very conscious of helping to avoid concussions by not being aware of what's happening in the play. So it's and doing it at full speed. So it's great to see.
Presented for dedication to the sport of hockey, the Judge Harry J. Reynolds Trophy is named in honor of a man who loved the game and played it with skill and dedication. His pro career was cut short as a result of World War I. The award presented by the Nipissing Law Association was first presented in 1975 and is our third oldest award. Maria Domenico's name has been synonymous with women's hockey in North Bay for a long time, commencing with her years with the Ice Bulls and culminating with her graduation from Nipissing University. She commenced her Nipissing University career in style, being the recipient of both the OUA and U Sports Rookie of the Year Award in 2018, and it only got better from there. The former Nipissing Lakers star forward was a key part of a second straight run at the Nationals. She captured gold with Team Canada at the 2023 FISU World University Games, which took place in Lake Placid, New York in January of 2023, leading the event in scoring with 6 goals and finishing with 11 points, one behind the tournament leader. The 2023 season was her 5th and final year at Nipissing with the Nipissing Lakers, and she netted 6 goals and 10 assists for 16 points in 20 games, while leading the team to a second straight appearance in the Macaw Cup Finals and the U-Sport National Championship. When Dominico finished her OUA career at the end of that season, she finished as the program's career leader in goals, 44, assists, 46, and points, 90. At the end of the 2023 season, she also shared the lead for the highest scoring single season in the program's history when she scored 26 points, and her 15 goals are the second highest single season record in the history of the program. You got to remember, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And Maria Domenico's outstanding career is living proof of that phrase. Maria Domenico.
I'd just like to start off by saying I am so honored to stand before you today to accept the prestigious Judge Harry J. Reynolds Award. Hockey is a game that is played and loved by so many, but hockey has been much more than just a game to me. It has been a passion of mine and a continuous journey of self-discovery. It has been the source of countless memories, friendships that I will cherish forever. The game of hockey has taught me so many invaluable life lessons, as well as the values of perseverance, resilience, both qualities that have helped shape me the woman I am today. Playing hockey isn't just playing a game, it is an experience that lends itself so many memories and facets of life regardless of what level you play. This award is not so much a symbol of my dedication, but more so a desire to do my part to try to ensure that every person that plays this game can experience some or all of the amazing things that the game of hockey has to offer, both on and off the ice, as I was so fortunate to experience. I will end this by saying thank you to everyone that has been a part of my hockey journey, especially my family, coaches, and mentors. As well as the fact that since I was able to cut my speech down, I would like to give a shout out to my sister, who I was fortunate enough to spend my university career playing alongside of, and who has been the greatest support and cheerleader that I was able to have. There is just too many to mention, but this award is just as much yours as it is mine, and I look forward to continuing to promote and contribute to the sport that I love and that has given me so much. Thank you.
Well, that wraps up our second Sportscast. How are you feeling, Paul?
I'm feeling exhausted actually from covering all of it, Dave. But it was it's great, and there's just been a lot of amazing action so far to start the year, and there's a lot more to come.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for the interviews that we have, because when we were sitting down with people like Mrs. Jeffries,
yep,
and we have Tyler Mullen lined up.
Yep.
And there's a few others. We're going to really start pulling people in and showing what the young athletic people have grown into.
Yeah, I know we've got Rachel Van Wolzik, who's the head coach of Nipissing University, is going to be on a future podcast as well, and just great to talk to, again, another young person. She's under 30, and she's the head coach of the team, and we can talk about things about recruiting and getting kids and what those kids playing in the NBA need to be doing and looking forward to play at the next level.
Well, there you go. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Paul McLean.
And I'm Dave Dale.